11 o'clock now. Now, as we were discussing before the break, we were talking about football and the World Cup, and Cape Verde came up, of course, and I suppose football has an incredible ability to unite communities. And later this year, Ferrycarrig Park will play host to a very special occasion that aims to do exactly that, while raising awareness and much needed funds for autism support services. The Wexford All Stars will take on the All-Ireland All Stars in what promises to be a memorable afternoon, featuring some of the biggest names from football, sport and entertainment, with proceeds going to Autism Heroes and Cottage Autism Network Wexford through a partnership between Wexford FC Foundation and the Blue Moon Charity Foundation. Well, joining me now to tell us more, I'm joined live in studio by Aaron Morris, Disability Access Officer and Supporters Liaison Officer with Wexford FC and Wexford FC Foundation, Stephen O'Keefe, Secretary and Team Coordinator of the Cottage Autism Network, and I'm joined via WhatsApp by Danny Hayes, founder of the Blue Moon Charity Foundation. Gentlemen, a very good morning to each of you.
How are you doing? Thanks for having us.
Good, and thanks very much for being on the line there, Danny. We'll be coming to you there in a couple of moments, so do stay on the line there for us. But I'll start with you, Aaron. Where did the idea for this charity match come from, and how quickly did it gather momentum, I suppose?
Very quickly, John. So I guess with the foundation that was founded last year, we're looking to support communities outside of our first teams and the wider network in Wexford and supporting that. So we actually received an email from Danny and Louise, who's Autism Heroes, looking to get in touch with regards to this charity match. And we saw the email coming in, and we found it was a perfect opportunity for us to come in, use our network, use the community and the visibility that Wexford FC would have as a League of Ireland team to support these charity organisations.
Fantastic. And it's not every day you see former Premier League players, Irish internationals, GAA stars, MMA boxers, well-known personalities all taking part. How difficult has it been to bring everyone together, Aaron?
It's actually been, well, Danny could probably speak to it a little bit more, and Peter, who from the club as well, has been sourcing the players, but there's been huge interest in it. As soon as we started going out, we've had people ringing up looking to get involved as well, probably some individuals that we would never have hoped to get on board. So it's generating great interest. Once you start putting the feelers out there, people want to come on board and support. And obviously we're hoping to put on a great family day out in Ferrycarrig Park.
No doubt it's going to be. Stephen from the Cottage Autism Network, good morning to you as well. Tell us about the Cottage Autism Network and the work that you do with families throughout County Wexford.
So we are a charity. We support families all around Wexford and the wider community for the last 22 years. Originally started as a little support group, a little school, a cottage there many moons ago.
Right.
And Department of Education bought that cottage, and they formed then the charity after, just to keep the support going. What we do is we provide kind of activities and an inclusive space for our members. So it's made primarily young kids up to teens, and actually now our focus is moving on to the adult space, because once you turn 18 your autism doesn't magically disappear. So, and unfortunately the support network is not there, so we found that there's so many barriers that need to be broken down, and we're doing it bit by bit at the best that we can, because we're fully 100% volunteer led charity with no core government funding. So things like this is absolutely massive for the charity and the wider community.
Indeed. And I'm guessing that the funds raised from this match will be really vital towards your organisation.
Yes, 100%. Just up to now, over 95% of any funds that we receive go directly back to the activities that we do. We subsidise all of our activities, minimum 50%. So unfortunately, the financial barrier is one of those ones that we're trying to break down. As I mentioned, we're moving into the adult space, so funding for different projects in that would be ideal. We're recently after buying a van to make a mobile sensory hub as well, so we would have that at community events, local matches as well in Wexford FC, the Wexford GAA and everything like that. So we just would really want to make any activity whatsoever as inclusive as possible, allowing that little space for somebody just to have time to just regulate themselves. So that's something that we need, and it comes with a big bill.
I'm sure.
Yes.
But money very, very well spent. So
yes,
to you and indeed to your organisation. Danny Hayes, also on the line of the Blue Moon Charity Foundation. Danny, can you tell us about your foundation, I suppose, and how have you managed to persuade all these household names to take part in this game? Can you tell us?
just my background in the charity world is basically I started over my brother. He was sick, ended up passing away. But
sorry to hear that.
It's all about giving back to the community and giving back to people that obviously help. Don't get enough credit for helping people. So my background is I have an autistic child, so I wanted to start a foundation and just to support other people, like basically don't get the aid or don't get the help that they need. Coming into the football, basically, obviously, I love football, and I worked as in security for 22 years, minding a lot of people. Some of the celebrities are actually playing the games. So, my background would be I have a lot of contacts in a lot of places, so I use that to my advantage.
Very, very good.
There's some sorting out people. So just Louise obviously is would be my local autistic kind of charity place that I went to, so that's how we kind of hooked up and got in partnership for this.
Right, so Wexford appealed to you then?
Wexford, like I put out a few feelers and by God, Jesus, Aaron jumped on it, and I was so delighted because to have a big club behind it is huge, because I was doing this for the last couple of years in local soccer clubs, and obviously everything relied on myself to do it. But with Aaron and Peter and Tony and the likes of that down in Wexford, there's just a powerhouse. Like, do you know what I mean? You just push it, and just the results you can get quicker is amazing.
Indeed. Well, some great names promised, no doubt about that. And we'll actually turn to Aaron now, without giving away too many surprises. Can you maybe tell our listeners of some of the names that have been confirmed so far? And I believe you have one to reveal today also.
Yeah, sure, John. So far today we've had some ex-international players, Premier League players, Ray Houghton, Shane Long, and obviously Kevin Doyle, who does a lot of work with the club as well, come on board. We have some Wexford FC legends, Aaron Dobbs and Danny Furlong, on board. And then outside of football, we've MMA star Paddy Hullen and boxer Gary O'Sullivan. And then Olivia, back to football, we've Olivia Toole, who's the first female player who signed up to join the match. So there are announced players so far. We have a long list to come over the next few weeks, so keep an eye on the Wexford FC social media pages and on the Cottage Autism Network and Autism Heroes for those announcements. We're very excited with the list we have.
Indeed, and I'm not blowing smoke, because charity matches take place up and down the breadth of the country, but I have to say this particular lineup, and I'm not just saying it now because it's Wexford and recency bias and all that kind of thing, that's a really good lineup, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's great, and we've seen that with the response to ticket sales so far. So we have a VIP category where people can get in and have photographs and a meet and greet with the players, and we've seen over 70% of those tickets sell out so far.
Wow.
That's without any major push, so we're very excited with the demand for tickets.
Indeed. Like, and when you think of it though, like, there's Ray Houghton, there's Kevin Doyle, two men that will be working at the World Cup final, right, there tomorrow evening, so like it's major to have them on board. So fair play to everybody involved with that. As disability access officer, Aaron, I'd say that inclusion is something that's very close to your heart, so I'd say you're particularly delighted to be raising funds for this organisation as well. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely, it's critical that we do more to be more inclusive. I know not all football grounds and stadiums are, especially the older ones maybe, that are designed to be as inclusive, so we're trying to make progress out in Ferrycarrig Park with what we can do. And in fairness, the wider League of Ireland, there's a good group of DAOs that would support each League of Ireland club.
Okay, and if businesses or anyone want to get involved with sponsorship or anything, are those opportunities still open?
Absolutely, so we have a tiered sponsorship between players or just general sponsorship for the event. So we'd love local businesses across the area to reach out. So if they reach out to me at DAO at wexfordfc.ie, I can share the information. We'd love businesses and individuals to come on board and support these two great charities. Fabulous.
And Stephen, just very briefly, how can people find out more about the Cottage Autism Network and the services that you provide?
Yeah, so we have a website. If you just Google Cottage Autism Network Wexford, it will be the first page that loads up there, and we're across all the social media platforms as well. So you have your Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm not great at social media side myself, but
They're all there.
but they're there anyway. And yes, we try to be as relevant as possible when it comes to the content, but we're working on that.
Good stuff. Well, I'm sure people will be able to find you quite easily, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on this morning. Aaron Morris, Stephen O'Keefe and Danny Hayes also on the line. Thank you very much and the best of luck with the game.
We haven't touched on the GAA side of things yet, so absolutely delighted to announce the Wexford hero Lee Chin will be joining us on the day to put on the Wexford FC the Wexford jersey and play in the day, so delighted to have Lee on board.
Fantastic, and I'm delighted that you remember that because I'd forgotten. Yes, that is the big announcement this morning. Of course, Lee Chin, the great Lee Chin, who has donned the soccer jersey, the football jersey before as well, he will be there on the day as well. Aaron, Stephen and Danny, thank you very much for coming on the programme. Do stay tuned, lots more to come after the news. You're on Saturday Morning Live.